One of the other big picture items that goes along with the Quest on how it normally went and the new changes is in 2022, TBD on the time, Facebook login requirements are going to be gone for the Oculus Quest. My question to you, because I've seen some thoughts that I don't fully agree with, is this a two questions? Is it a good thing? One, and two, kind of 2A, is this going to end up being the exact same thing with a different account, or did we actually fix one of the major issues? And I'm gonna let you go first on this one because I'm a little angry about this question.
So, okay, I we know why they had the requirement. Obviously, they want to be able to, do some data tracking on people. They want to, they want to be able to make their portfolio of information on you. So, I think that will remain. It'll just change to a Meta account. Because you're gonna need an account to log in, and they're probably gonna have the same, level of verification. Could be wrong, but that's what I think the direction they were gonna go because it just works in their business model. So I think that makes sense. So we're gonna move to Meta accounts. I understand people don't want to use the Facebook social platform, like you said. Younger people don't use it. I feel like the requirement was like trying to force the younger crowd into Facebook, and that's why they kind of bound them together, the Oculus Quest and the Facebook account. So, and I think people will be much more willing to make a Meta account than a Facebook account because Facebook is associated with this social media platform where older people argue, and younger kids have no interest in that. So I think they'll be like, oh, I don't mind making a Meta account, but I don't want a stupid Facebook account. So it's a good decision for the company. I think in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't change much. But if you listen to like CarMax talk and some other information out there, I think the best benefit out of this is they're going to make sure to disconnect like things like Facebook account and even a potential Meta account from your product working offline.
Yes,
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yes, that's what I want to. I haven't seen. So there's two issues with having a Facebook account. One is the company and the privacy data. Like that's point one to most people. Point two, which I think is not talked about as much, but was way more important, was what happens if you get banned off of Facebook, right? That to me was always the bigger concern because you have a choice. We all have a choice on what platforms we use and what data we give up. You didn't have that choice when you were mandatory having to have a Facebook account, right?
Yeah.
However, when they say now you have a Meta account, and I've seen things like, oh, it's the same thing, but another account. No, it's completely different. Because a Meta account could be the same thing as an Xbox. You need an account for an Xbox. You need an account for PlayStation. Now, Steam, your privacy concerns, I'm not getting into that with you guys. Like, cool. There's a real discussion there. I will not blast you for that. There's a real discussion.
Yep.
Cool.
Absolutely.
But to underplay the significance of just needing now an account for that platform, just a Meta account, and being able now, the freedom of speech to still use other Facebook associated accounts like Instagram, Facebook, and their other products, to have that freedom of speech now and that clarity of mind that you can now unfortunately say whatever the hell you want on those other platforms with no repercussions to the purchases that you should own and have the right to use regardless of what you say somewhere else. That to me is pretty big and not being picked up enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That is a big change. That's the correct direction to go in. If you break the rules on a platform, then fine. You should be reprimanded on that platform. But if we're going to look at it as like, oh, we're an umbrella company, and if I do something wrong on WhatsApp, then I'm going to lose access to Facebook and my Oculus Quest and stuff. No, that you're getting ridiculous.
That's too much. I agree.
Yeah. So this separation is, I definitely think this is the right direction. And this is definitely what they should have done. And it is definitely a good move.
It'll be interesting to see what a Meta account is. Is a Meta account, are they making a whole new technically social platform where that's its own new entity where you can post content? Maybe you post VR content directly to it. And now we have to worry about what VR content gets uploaded. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I do not believe, personally, anecdotally, I do not believe there are a ton of people who are getting their Facebook accounts banned for absolutely zero reason. Do I believe it happens? Yes, absolutely. Facebook moderating is not the best. things happen when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I've seen people who I know on YouTube get their entire YouTube accounts banned for absolutely no reason and get them reinstated. So do I believe it happens? 100%. Do I believe it happens to anyone but a super small minority? No, I don't.
Yeah, there was like an automated issue in the beginning when the Quest 2 was coming out, where people had Facebook accounts that were inactive for an extended period of time, and then you try to link them to Quest, and there'd be an auto ban. So that there was an issue, but it's not this ongoing 25% of Oculus users are getting their accounts banned. It's nothing like that. It's insignificant.
Yep. But for those who did get it banned, whether unjustly or justly, although anyone who gets banned is never going to say the word justly, but you catch my drift, I am glad that 0% of those should happen again, because at the end of the day, I do believe that yes, we're buying software, which is not a real tangible good. Like, technically, I don't own my software. I get that. But every stop gate and every gap should be accounted for, that I own it to the max degree possible, like Steam does to a degree. And I'm happy to see this change. I have more confidence that a new user or someone who wants to buy a current Oculus product can buy it and not worry about getting banned in the future. And that is really good news, because you should not fear for your content based on continuously changing guidelines on a different platform that could happen at any moment.
Absolutely.
Hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips, or catch the debates and fireside chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.